Ladies and gentlemen, the question we all face at some point in our lives is, how do we unlock our potential? We spend much of our lives searching for answers outside ourselves, striving to achieve more, to be more, to have more. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking your true potential does not lie in external circumstances, but within you in the very present moment? To unlock your potential, it is essential to understand that the present moment holds the key to everything you seek. Many of us spend our lives yearning for something more, constantly looking ahead to the future or dwelling on the past. We chase goals, dreams, and achievements, believing that these external circumstances will bring us fulfillment. Yet, in doing so, we miss the beauty and power of the present moment, which is where all true transformation occurs. The present moment is where life happens, where all possibilities reside. In this space, we can free ourselves from the limiting stories our minds tell us about who we are and what we are capable of. When we become fully aware and present, we can begin to see our true potential not as something distant or outside ourselves, but as something that is already within us. By staying present, we stop reacting automatically to life based on past conditioning or future expectations. We no longer let the mind control us with thoughts of what might have been or what could be. Instead, we allow ourselves to experience each moment as it is, without judgment or attachment. This deep awareness opens up a space where creativity, inspiration, and intuition can flow freely, and our true potential begins to unfold. Living in the present moment requires a shift in consciousness, away from the mental patterns that limit us. When we let go of the need to constantly seek outside validation, and instead turn inward to our own awareness, we access a deeper layer of intelligence and wisdom. This is where real growth and transformation happen, when we stop looking for answers and instead become the answer by simply being. Our thoughts often shape the way we perceive ourselves and the world around us. We tend to believe that our thoughts define who we are, but in reality, thoughts are merely fleeting mental events. They come and go, but they are not the essence of our being. Understanding this distinction is crucial to unlocking your true potential. When we identify with our thoughts, we allow them to dictate our actions, our emotions, and even our sense of self-worth. This creates an endless cycle of self-limiting beliefs and patterns that prevent us from realizing our true capabilities. By recognizing that we are not our thoughts, we can begin to detach ourselves from them. When we detach, we stop being controlled by the constant stream of mental noise that fills our minds. We create space for stillness, for inner peace, and for a deeper sense of awareness. It is in this space of awareness that our true potential begins to emerge. The moment we release our attachment to thoughts, we open ourselves to clarity. We no longer see ourselves through the lens of our past experiences or our anxieties about the future. Instead, we experience life as it is, without judgment, without expectation. This allows us to act from a place of true presence, where our actions are aligned with our authentic selves. In this alignment, we can access the deeper wisdom that resides within us, making choices that reflect our highest potential. By disconnecting from the tyranny of the mind, we tap into a profound source of creativity, intuition, and inner strength. These qualities allow us to transcend our limitations and step into a life that is not bound by the past or the future, but rooted in the present moment. It is in this state of pure awareness that we can fully unlock our potential. Our potential is not determined by past mistakes or future uncertainties. The idea that we are defined by what we have done or what we hope to achieve is a misconception that limits us. Often we carry the weight of our past, thinking that our previous failures or successes dictate our future. But in truth, the past is gone, and the future is yet to be. They are constructs of the mind, not realities that define who we are. When we let go of the belief that our past has power over us, we free ourselves from the patterns and limitations that it imposes. The present moment becomes a blank canvas, untouched by what has happened before. It is in this moment that true potential resides, unclouded by the judgments and expectations we carry from the past. This realization allows us to start anew, without the burden of who we think we were or what we think we should become. Similarly, the future holds no power over us unless we allow it to. We often project our anxieties and desires onto what is yet to come, imagining scenarios that may never happen. This future-oriented thinking keeps us trapped in a cycle of worry and anticipation, preventing us from fully experiencing the present moment. When we release the need to control or predict the future, we unlock a deeper potential within us. The future is not something to fear or strive towards. It is a natural unfolding that happens when we are fully present and aligned with the now. By detaching from both the past and the future, we are able to experience life as it truly is, a continuous flow of present moments, each one an opportunity to discover and express our true potential. True potential is not something that we need to strive for or acquire. It is already within us, waiting to be realized. The misconception that we need to become someone else or reach some distant goal to fulfill our potential is a powerful illusion that many of us live with. We believe that fulfillment is something to be attained outside of ourselves through achievements, possessions, or recognition. But the truth is that potential is not something external, it is inherent in our being. When we stop searching for validation outside ourselves, we begin to recognize the vast inner reservoir of wisdom, creativity, and strength that we all possess. These qualities are always available to us, but they can only be accessed when we stop looking for them in external circumstances. We spend so much of our lives chasing the future or reflecting on the past, but the key to unlocking our potential lies in embracing the present moment. The present moment is where everything happens. It is the space in which we live, create, and express ourselves. When we are present, we tap into a flow of energy and awareness that allows us to act from a place of clarity and purpose. This moment is not clouded by the distractions of what has been or what may be. It is here, in the now, that our true power lies. When we are fully present, we are connected to the deep well of potential that is within us. In this state of presence, we align with our truest self, unencumbered by societal expectations or self-imposed limitations. This is when our innate potential shines through, when we stop forcing, striving, and chasing, and simply allow ourselves to be. The key to unlocking your potential is not to seek it outside of yourself, but to come home to the present moment and recognize that it has always been there, waiting for you to awaken to it. Our minds often keep us trapped in patterns of thought that limit our growth. We are conditioned to believe that our thoughts define us, and as a result, we constantly identify with them. This identification with our thoughts creates a mental prison that constrains our potential. The mind, in its habitual nature, focuses on problems, fears, and desires, causing us to overlook the vastness of who we truly are. But in order to unlock our true potential, we must recognize that we are not our thoughts. When we become aware of this fact, we begin to detach from the mental chatter that runs in the background of our consciousness. This detachment is liberating. It allows us to experience life beyond the limitations of the mind. The constant mental noise that once dominated our awareness begins to subside, creating space for stillness, clarity, and insight. It is in this stillness that we are able to access a deeper dimension of our being, a place of pure awareness and inner peace. This awareness is the key to unlocking your potential. When we are able to step back and observe our thoughts without becoming entangled in them, we begin to recognize that the mind does not control us. We become the observer of our thoughts rather than being the thoughts themselves. This shift in perception opens up new possibilities for growth and self-discovery. By letting go of our attachment to thoughts, we can transcend the limitations they impose on us. We stop seeing ourselves through the lens of our past or future, and instead we embrace the present moment. This presence allows us to access a deeper intelligence that is beyond the scope of the thinking mind. In this space of awareness, our potential unfolds naturally as we act from a place of clarity, purpose, and authenticity. When we speak of unlocking potential, it is essential to recognize the power of acceptance and non-resistance. So often we live in a state of resistance to life, wishing things were different than they are. This resistance manifests as frustration, regret, and anxiety. We resist the present moment, wishing we could change the past or control the future. This internal struggle distracts us from our true potential because it keeps us anchored in dissatisfaction and disconnection from the present. Acceptance does not mean passive resignation. It is not about giving up or being complacent. It is about fully embracing what is as it is without judgment or resistance. When we accept the present moment, we free ourselves from the burden of constantly trying to control or change things that are outside our influence. This act of acceptance allows us to fully engage with life as it unfolds, without the unnecessary weight of mental struggle. In accepting the present, we stop wasting energy on things that are beyond our control. We create space for clarity, creativity, and insight to emerge naturally. When we stop resisting, we stop blocking our own flow of energy. In this state of non-resistance, we find that life begins to unfold in a way that is far more aligned with our true potential than when we are constantly trying to manipulate it. This acceptance of what is frees us to act with intention rather than react out of frustration or fear. It is through this presence and acceptance that we begin to see things clearly, understand our deeper motivations, and make decisions that are in harmony with our true self. In embracing the present moment, we stop creating unnecessary suffering for ourselves, and instead we allow our inherent potential to emerge effortlessly.